Indian history is a saga of continuous story of individuals idealized as God incarnated for ages and then followed by demigods.
It is like this that almost all histories are creation of biographers. Indian history is no exception, and those who have been keen student of history, now we do realize that for Indian history, particularly for ancient period, justice has not been done to Indian history, because before 6th or 7th century, our history has been painted as if it was based on myths. But we people, because of many factors, believe that they were also part of the Indian history. Otherwise, every corner of India could have not been imbued with those ideas, with those stories. Secondly, those who are demigods, they are praised by their historians, and it is a recent development that the story of common people and other aspects of history like social history, economic history are being stressed upon. So I think that in next 50 years the history will be corrected, but the way it was being corrected by a group of historians who are dominant in this country, and still I think they are dominant in the country, they have been partisan, they have been serving their own political interest in writing history. That should not be done. The history should be impartial. As Kalhan has said, that as a judge is strictly impartial, so historians should be strictly impartial. Unless historians are impartial, true history will not come to even next generation.
The next question is that according to Gandhi's philosophy, we should hate crime, not criminals. Do you think it's practically possible for police to follow this?
I think since I am a great believer in Gandhi's philosophy, I will not contradict it. But the basic principle is that we should hate crimes, not criminals. But I categorize criminals in 3 categories. One, those who are accidentally criminals, and in the list of crimes, even those who are protesters, those who are doing satyagraha, they are also arrested in some sections of Indian Penal Code, sent to jail. So they should not be treated criminals at all. Secondly, there are other criminals who by chance or in a state of fury or because of certain circumstances commit crime, and they should not be hated, and they do repent also subsequently. So there should not be any hatred towards them. Rather, there should be sympathy. They should get opportunity to get themselves reformed. So they should not be hated. But third category of criminals who are habitual criminals, even if they are released on bail, they commit crime, they commit rapes, they commit dacoities, they commit murders. There should not be any affection for them. Law should be very, very hard to them, because if they are not controlled, they will destroy the social fabric, and therefore to maintain the social fabric must stern action must be taken against them, and they must be hated and looked down upon also in the society.
The next question is that who in your opinion should be more powerful, the state or the society?
Society, certainly a state should not be. If the state becomes more powerful, it becomes autocratic, and now the trend, I don't know outside India, but in India, the state is becoming more powerful every day, and power is concentrating in a few persons only. This should be avoided, Otherwise, democracy will have no meaning. It will turn into autocracy, and society must be supreme, and the king must obey to the dictates of the society, either in poll or even thereafter, as per their opinion or as per their wishes. We have seen recently that a large number of Indian people, they have become begana in their own country. It is not going to make India great. That should have been avoided, and some sincere efforts should have been made to make their lives better. We do hope that the central government and the state governments, they must take more care of them, and their future must be brighter, I hope, under the governments.